But, I mean, all that to say, if you're a cheater, you're going to be exposed on TikTok because the algorithm and the people are
and you
crazy.
deserve to be.
Welcome to No Ordinary Friendship.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Teresa.
Let's catch up.
Hello, my denim twin.
Hello. Totally unplanned.
Totally unplanned. Same look and feel.
Yes, except mine's Zara, so lower quality.
No? Well, and you're like extra cool because you got denim on denim.
Cool or uncool?
Cool.
But I do have to update you. Remember I ripped my Zara dress?
Oh, yeah.
I ended up like chatting with them online and then they're letting me return it.
Oh.
So I'm a little sad because it's out of stock. I can't get a new one, but at least
it served its purpose for one
I guess it
time.
was, we were only fated to share one day together.
So how was their online customer service?
It was actually very quick.
That's
it was
so
just
surprising.
Like, they were like, oh, send me your number or like the order number. And then they were like, okay, I'll send you a return label. Sorry, this isn't like the quality that you should expect. I was shocked.
I was thinking like, is this because a lot of people have been complaining
maybe
about a rip in their dress?
I don't know. Or maybe there's like a little like note on that dress like rips easily.
Right. Just give them what they want. Don't make them fight for it too much.
But yes, thank you, Zara. And I do have one more apologies and corrections, which we haven't done in a while.
Because we're always right. Also because
no one's correcting us.
Yeah, no one's correcting us, so we don't know.
No one bothers. But anyway, I said last time, while I was editing the episode, I decided to Google it. I said that man who was suing Apple was in the U.S. He's actually British. So he was not American.
Oh, okay.
An Englishman.
Does that change how I think about the story? No.
Not really. Still a white man. Probably.
He was suing because he got caught cheating, right?
Yeah, because she found his text that he thought he deleted.
Did you see that there are new features with the new iOS?
No.
And one of them was you can lock, like after you unlock your phone, you can set up another set of security where you have to do Face ID again to unlock a specific app.
Oh.
And people are like, wait, how am I going to check on my cheating boyfriend?
You just need to know his passcode.
Yeah.
But that's actually a good one for if you have kids. Because my girls sometimes grab my phone and then I'm always like nervous, like, what are you doing?
Oh, that's probably why it was built. Because I was thinking, why would you need extra layers of protection?
Yeah. Or if you're a cheating person.
Right. True.
Kids or cheaters.
And people are like, are the app people just cheaters that are like trying to skirt around things?
Or they have friends who are cheaters who are like, hey, you know what would be helpful? Work on that.
They're prioritizing all the wrong things.
Yes.
All right, breaking news. We're going to Napa.
We are.
Together.
We're making it happen. Our first like family trip together, right?
Yeah. And just us. Well, and a friend of ours is coming up for the day. But
yeah.
I like that we tried to get other people to come and everyone said no.
Yeah. Is it us?
No, I don't think so. I hope not. But thank you for making it happen.
I feel like you made it happen. Like I like seeded the idea, but you sprung into action.
I was like, Emily, we gotta
before
book
I
it
got
now.
home, you were like, I booked it. It's not refundable.
That's true, but we talked about it, and you were in, and I knew that Victor was gonna be in, and Steven's always down, so
I'm excited. Hopefully, it's not a disaster. Where you're like, I never want to travel with Emily's family again.
I hope I get to see you.
I know, that's true.
My fear.
Well, I think so, because it's like a chill enough, we're not going to be doing it.
Well, you just never know if like someone's going to get sick.
Oh, please
I'm not even going to put
that in the universe. Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Both of my girls just had colds, so hopefully we're good for another couple weeks.
Okay. As you listeners know, I started a new job recently, and Emily kind of asked me about it last week. I was like,
you didn't share on the pod, yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know if I really shared in general, because overall it's been going really well, but it's only been less than a month, and so it's all positive at this point.
That's good, though.
But it made me realize that it is such a shift, not only to get back into working, but it's such a shift from my previous employer in terms of like the way you work. And I feel like my previous employer, and maybe just all corporate America, is like a cult. Like you really do operate and think the same things. You drink the same Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And if you're really good at what you do as a leader, you make everyone else drink the same Kool-Aid too. And you believe the same things that you do to help drive. Because like how much of corporate America is like actually meaningful work? Like not that much.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about like how these tech bro leaders would be really great at running cults, and they also be really great at like maybe MLMs, like being leaders.
Oh my
at
gosh,
MLMs.
yes.
Because they like corral all the people to believing into this thing.
The all hands meetings where everyone's like cheering.
And there's just too many parallels that I didn't like.
That's an interesting observation. I've never thought about that.
Well, because at my new company now, nobody operates the same way that, well, some people do, but it's not like a machine the way my previous company was. Like everyone really did like communicate the same way. We use the same types of tooling and the expectations. Like we're all very much aligned. There's a lot of unspoken things on like how we should work together. Kind of like our friendship. Like there's just like a lot of unspoken things that work well. You don't have to think about it. Versus here, I feel like I'm learning about it. I'm kind of establishing what these norms are again. And it doesn't feel like it's that cohesive throughout the organization I'm at right now.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Too early to tell.
Yeah.
Right now it feels maybe slightly inefficient
Yeah.
because everyone, you kind of like have to start from scratch and building up a relationship, learn a new tool because every org kind of uses a different thing to get work done.
Yeah.
But maybe it's for the best. I don't know.
Because what you made me think of when you're saying like everyone does the same stuff and it's an unspoken, it's almost like for better or for worse, they've built a very strong culture.
Yes.
But maybe it's not a good culture, right? Which is why you left. But maybe your current company maybe has some upside, but maybe the culture isn't quite there, or like the norms aren't quite there.
Yeah.
Or the infrastructure.
The infrastructure is a fixer-upper for sure. Versus like the old company, I feel like we can credit our COO a lot because she built the foundations of how everyone should be operating, and so much that you just did it. It was a well-oiled machine, like I said, and I think it did make us more efficient, but the culture thing is like another layer on top of that.
Oh,
like
I see.
that was more why, yeah. Anyways,
Well,
thought that was interesting.
You can bring it to your new company, the good stuff.
I really was thinking like, gosh, these people would be so good at like MLMs. I don't know why.
That's a talent.
Yeah, it is a talent. Like you could corral all these people to like believing.
I don't think I have that talent.
That something meaningless is really meaningful and impactful.
Because my kids don't listen to me at all.
I feel like if you're related to somebody, you just instantly like can see through the
You're like, I don't believe you.
Yeah. Like that's how I felt with my brother growing up.
Oh, poor guy.
Okay.
I put Nara Smith. So, listeners, she's an influencer on TikTok, I've discovered. I'm sure she's on other platforms.
Yeah.
I believe she's a model.
Oh.
Married to another model.
They look like models.
Their life just looks so unreal, but I don't know why I find her videos extremely soothing to watch.
And addicting.
Yes. I watched it for like, once I saw one video, I like just went down a rabbit hole.
She has like
She has
millions
3
and
kids
millions
now,
of
too.
followers.
Yeah, she has millions of followers. She had, I believe she had twins maybe first, and then she just had a baby recently.
She looks
But you wouldn't be able to
fantastic.
tell because like when I had just 2 kids, I felt so frazzled all the time. Her videos, she's like peaceful. She's making ketchup from scratch.
Yeah.
She's like kneading dough, like, and then her voiceovers are really soft and soothing. And I'm just like, I wonder what her real life is like.
It's also like the lighting too, you know,
and she's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, Emily says she's a model, but I guess that's not really what her content is about. It's more so like being a homemaker.
It's like cooking from scratch, right?
But in like a gown,
Yeah.
or something beautiful,
And like Met Gala clothing.
Yeah.
But she's like making ketchup.
and like the most beautiful warm lighting and her perfect kitchen.
Big,
it's very
open,
different.
airy kitchen.
Yeah, and her like model boyfriend that looks like he has the craziest jawline ever. She's making ridiculous things, which is why we can't stop watching too. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like she was making like moisturizer. And
I didn't see that one.
Or she's making cough drops. And
Oh, really?
it was
I
just
guess I
so-
didn't get as far as you did.
It's just so ridiculous, the stuff that she's making. She's like, oh, we had a craving for blah, 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 so we decided to make our own sour candy.
Yeah, that's exactly how she talks. But okay, I knew you would know who she is because when I was scrolling, one of the videos already had a heart and we share the same TikTok accounts. I was like, okay, Teresa's been here.
Sometimes I get a little bit nervous that what you'll see that I liked because some of the videos are kind of stupid or like the comments are kind of stupid too, and I do heart them if I like them.
It doesn't matter. To me, a heart is free. So I'm like, now that we're trying to grow, I'm always like giving them out like freely.
And I also sometimes try to comment, especially if I'm early to a very popular micro influencer, so like other people engage and maybe check us out too.
Yeah.
But some of the comments I make are kind of like corny and cheesy, and so I'm like, oh, if Emily saw this, she'd definitely roll her eyes.
No, not at all. Any sort of exposure is good exposure.
We're working over here.
Yes, so Nara Smith, if you need some soothing TikTok content, check her out. I put Beckham.
I don't know what this is.
I'm like probably a year.
Oh, the documentary?
Behind. Yeah. So I think I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but like I started trying to watch it maybe months ago or a year ago, whenever it first came out. And I was like, this is boring. I don't like soccer.
Yeah.
And then Victor and I just like didn't have much to watch. And I was like, let's give it another try because he likes soccer actually. Okay. And we've been really into it. So I think it's 4 episodes and we're on the last episode.
Okay.
So we haven't finished. But there's so much about David Beckham I didn't know. Oh. Do you want some spoilers? Or did you watch it?
I did not watch it. Okay. I heard about Victoria Beckham's like, I grew up poor, and then he was like...
that was funny.
Your dad had a Bentley or Rolls Royce. Yeah. I would appreciate some spoilers.
Okay, so listeners, here are some spoilers. So if you plan to watch it, skip ahead. But... What?
It's not like his life is a secret.
But like if you want to watch it, then you don't want it to be spoiled. Because like I didn't know this stuff and it made it interesting to discover it, you know?
Give it to me.
So first he started out like he was with his initial team from when he was really young. And I didn't know this about like in Europe. They scout boys from when they're 10, 13 years old.
Oh my God.
And then they start training like really, really young.
Like K-pop stars in Korea?
I guess so.
Well, that is really young.
I think he was with Manchester United.
Okay.
He got a lot of flack for like dating Victoria Beckham, and like I think his coach was like, you need to focus, and obviously like he like loved her so much he would like go visit her for even just like 10 minutes, but he had to drive like 7 hours.
How old was he?
I think
at
they were
the
like
time?
early 20s.
They've been dating for that long?
Yeah, isn't that cute?
That is cute.
So there was a big game. I think it was like, I'm going to mess up all the sports terms because obviously I don't care. I think it was like the Euro Cup. And he got a penalty because this guy was like, from the opposite team, like was kind of like being aggressive, and he kicked him. So he got this red flag and got kicked out of the game. But then they lost, and like all of England blamed him for a long time.
A long time?
Like
how long?
They received like death threats, hate mail.
Dang.
When he was playing at games, people would boo him. And he's this poor like young 20s guy.
People are cruel.
The UK press like tore him apart. They were really mean about him. And I was like, I didn't know he went through that, you know? And then at some point, he had some more drama and he went to go play for Real Madrid. When he was first in Spain, Victoria wasn't with him, and there were like a lot of cheating allegations. And he didn't come outright and say it, but it sounds like they were true. Yeah. Because then the producer, whoever was like, how did you guys get through it? And he got really teary-eyed and he's like, I don't know. Like, you know, so it feels like he could have been like, well, it wasn't true. So I had to be honest with her and she had to believe me, but he didn't say any of that. So I'm also impressed that they've stayed together and somehow like their relationship was able to, And she's really funny because she'll be like, oh, I don't like soccer, but I love watching him. Like she's trying to be supportive, you know?
I saw something where like he was part of a big game, but she still wasn't wearing his jersey.
Oh, really?
And people were like, she's just so committed to fashion. Good for her.
But like she showed up to the game. She would bring the kids. And I feel like she can't help it if she's Posh Spice.
Oh, yeah. What was her last name before Beckham?
I don't know. I should know. I watched it.
Because she was Posh Spice.
Victoria.
Are they around the same age?
I think so. I don't know. But they have 3 boys. And the poor boys, like, they showed some footage where the paparazzi back then were, like, super aggressive. And, like, they were trying to drive away and people were, like, banging on the cars.
Oh,
and, like,
scary.
I think Brooklyn was, like, crying. And they're like, it's okay, don't worry. There was no respect for, like, family or kids. Oh, and she was having a C-section one day, and he's like, I can't make it because I have a photo shoot with Beyonce and J-Lo. And she was like, I was pissed. Yes, I was pissed. So funny little tidbits about their lives. It's pretty good, is what I wanted to say.
I remember it getting good reviews.
Yeah.
And I think, was there a lot of stuff around the soccer portion?
It's a mix. Definitely
A lot of
about,
stuff.
like, yeah, there's stuff showing their personal life. I think it is quite focused on his soccer career, but, like, in an interesting way.
I think Steven tried to watch it, and maybe because it wasn't so laser focused on the sports aspect, he couldn't
too much
get
of the
into
life.
it. Yeah, too much of their family life, which is the stuff I love. You know?
Yeah.
So maybe I'll give it a try.
It's kind of a good blend for me and Victor because, like, I like the gossipy side and he likes the sports side.
I didn't know Victor liked soccer.
Yeah, he used to play soccer.
I didn't know he liked sports. Is it just American sports?
Is soccer an American sport, though?
Well, no, I mean, like, he doesn't like football or basketball.
I think he, like, watched all of them, but he doesn't like them enough to need to watch them.
In real time.
But he'll, like, watch the World Cup and stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe somebody will check it out. Not me, though.
After all those spoilers.
Another thing I wanted to share with you was the cheaters on TikTok. Did you see this?
I've seen one. Is it the one where there's like a man on the airplane?
Yes.
And someone's like, if this is your husband, he's like talking to this girl. And then I didn't like go beyond that.
Like, they met at the airport bar and he's married and she's just listing all these facts. But this is not the first time. It feels like it is a trend on TikTok where girls will post like things like this where they're on an airplane or a train or like at a bar or something where clearly the guy is in a relationship but he's totally crossing the line with another woman.
Awful.
And they'll just kind of like secretly record, post on TikTok, and the power of the algorithm is crazy.
So did they find...
They found him within 11 hours. They found him. He's married. They have like
kids.
2 or 3 kids. Yeah. They
I
both
saw
deactivated.
A comment, and I think it was on Instagram, so it had gone from TikTok to Instagram, and someone commented like, I know them and they've been together for like 10 to 15 years, and like I'm like, that sucks, but honestly it's not this person's fault for exposing it, it's his fault for doing it.
Yeah.
And who knows how many times he's done it in the 10-15 years.
It's just
it's
maddening.
Really heartbreaking for the kids.
It's heartbreaking for the wife, yeah, and for the family. But that guy knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
like it went on for a long time.
Supposedly they were making out on the plane too, or something.
Yeah,
did you see that?
There was like another video. I couldn't really tell from the video. But I feel like girls don't just randomly make this stuff up. Like I wouldn't just randomly.
Why would
film
you?
Somebody.
Right?
Yeah. But, I mean, all that to say, if you're a cheater, you're going to be exposed on TikTok because the algorithm and the people are
and you
crazy.
Deserve to be.
But it is amazing how they found it because, like, TikTok, it just goes out into the world.
Yeah.
And if, like, people engage in it, then even more people see it. And it's...
I know. That's the beauty of TikTok. Stuff like that.
And people are like, why can't the CIA just use TikTok in the same way?
They should.
Like, these women are on
They
here.
should use, like, America's Most Wanted posted on TikTok. Why are you putting on milk cartons or whatever?
Milk cartons? Do those things still exist?
I don't think so.
On to...
Health, family, and wellness?
Yes.
Okay. So you know what the Dirty Dozen is, right?
I have no idea what the Dirty Dozen is.
So the EWG, I want to say, always puts out this list of like the 12 most quote unquote dirty produce that have like the most pesticides.
Like the strawberries. Oh.
Yes. So they have a Dirty Dozen and then they have a Clean 15. Right. And I just wanted to share with you and our listeners because like I tend to try to buy organic, but obviously organic is more expensive. So if you know which ones are like important to buy organic versus not, maybe you could save a buck.
I love that. Share.
Okay, so the Dirty Dozen is strawberries, like you said, spinach, kale, collard, and mustard greens.
Spinach? So if I'm getting triple washed spinach, do I need to continue washing it?
You need organic.
Oh, I need organic.
Yeah, so these are the things you should buy organic because the conventional uses a lot of like pesticides and chemicals.
Okay.
Grapes, which I knew, and I like couldn't find organic grapes for a while. Peaches, pears, nectarines, apples, bell and hot peppers, and cherries.
Oh, cherries.
And
Lord.
the clean 15 are, this is like, if you don't buy organic, it's okay.
Okay.
Avocados, sweet corn, pineapple, onions, papaya, sweet peas, frozen. That's where they said frozen.
Frozen what?
Sweet peas.
Oh.
Asparagus, honeydew, kiwi, cabbage, mushrooms, mangoes, sweet potatoes, which is good because I buy those Trader Joe's ones, watermelon, and carrots.
Okay, good to know.
And it's nice that there are 15 of those.
Yes. But man, the Dirty Dozen, I buy a lot of those, especially grapes.
Yeah, it's
Buy a
hard to
lot of
find
grapes.
organic grapes, but that one is, I've known like that's one of the Dirty Dozen
And
for a while.
grapes are so
apples.
expensive
They
as
are.
is. Like getting organic
Just-
will like.
should we just not eat grapes?
But my kids
Love them.
love grapes. Like Logan will fight you. He doesn't get that.
Should
grape.
you grow some grapes?
Ooh, that seems really hard. I don't know anybody that grows grapes.
The vineyard grapes, I guess.
Oh yeah.
So it's doable.
I guess we have some of those at my house.
Just feed them those.
Just feed them the vineyard grapes. Logan will eat anything anyway.
I tend to just buy all organic right now because I just didn't know. But now that I see this clean 15 list, I'm gonna like
Make
not
informed
work.
decisions.
Yeah,
What about bananas? Where do those sit? I heard
they're
that
not on either
those-
list.
I heard that those like you don't have to buy organic.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like
Because
it
you're
has such a
peeling it,
thick
right?
Peel, yeah.
Oranges too. Or like maybe you should just wash the oranges if you're gonna
Yeah.
slather your face all over it.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Tell me
Right.
about renting your house.
I put my house on the market to list it. And so some people have been coming by and it just kind of sucks because we're still living in this house.
Yeah.
And so we're living in it.
Yeah.
And so it's cleaning up, like
Every
hiding all
time
the
before
mess.
they come.
Yes, every single time. I don't want to hold like an open house or anything like that either. It's like 2 months out before like we're actually gonna move, and
Right.
a lot of people coming in are like, oh, like kind of casually looking, and some people that came over actually applied. They seem like great candidates. I really like them, and they right off the bat tried to negotiate over 20% off.
What?
And I was like,
Why?
why did you even come here to waste my time?
Who even negotiates off of like a rental price unless it's been on the market for like a year or something, you know?
I think it's common.
Is it?
Actually, I don't know, but they
Oh.
made it seem like it was.
I don't feel like in somewhere like San Francisco, is the rental market weak right now?
I think it's okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never like, because this is not an apartment, right? It's like a
Yeah.
single family home. There's not a lot of inventory out there, but
Exactly.
it's also at a higher price point.
Yeah.
And so I've never rented out this house before, so I'm not quite sure. And it's also a couple months out.
Uh-huh.
So when they told me that, I was like,
No.
No. I did try to negotiate, like, but they were like, oh, but we'll sign like a 3 to 4 year lease. And I was like, I don't even know
don't
you.
want that. You don't know if you want that long.
I don't know you, and I don't know what the market rate's gonna be like later on, and they don't know either. So it's
Yeah.
like, I was like, look, we could do 18 months, so there's flexibility on both sides.
Yeah.
But the way they came in, I was like, why did you even waste your money applying and
Yeah.
then negotiating like over 20%?
Yeah.
Because that just seems unreasonable. So I was chatting with my friend about it. He's like, I don't think they ever had the budget to rent out your place, but they thought they could with a longer lease term, which is what typically people want. And so he's like, I don't think renegotiating with them is going to work because they're really looking at that much lower price point. And I was like, why don't you just like stay within your budget?
Yeah.
Like a wedding dress. Like don't go looking at things that are more expensive because it's a waste
just
of my
in general.
time. It's
Buying
a waste
anything.
it's a waste of my time to like clean up and all that and like show it
Yeah.
to you. Like, and it's a waste of their time too.
Yeah.
And I really like them, which is the sad
Oh,
part.
no.
It's all right.
Well,
Other people come in.
maybe they'll come back and surprise you. Be like, fine, we'll cough it up. Here's your 20%.
Like do 10. There's some room for negotiation.
I've never tried to negotiate like the rent that's listed. I mean, I did after the fact.
Yeah, like after a year, right?
Yeah,
or
because
so.
I looked at the market.
Yeah.
It's down. Give me a discount.
Yeah.
But not like right when you're going in.
It does happen though.
Oh,
Like if you signed a longer lease.
I see.
Who knows?
I don't know.
I'll let you know if more like this happened because I was like very much taken aback.
Yeah.
Because no one else indicated that they would want to negotiate. Maybe because they never even like wanted to live here anyway.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, wow, People
You're
negotiate
early,
everything.
though. I feel like 2 months out is a little bit early.
Yeah.
Like most people wait till like 1 month out.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. The next one is yours too.
Oh, yeah. So there's been a thread going on in Tyler's preschool group among the parents about like the different activities that people are signing up for in the fall and the summertime. And a lot of people have their kids in activities, and a lot of kids are expressing interest in different activities. And in my mind, I'm like, my kid is in no activities, and he has expressed
He
zero
is in
interest.
Kumon, excuse you.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
I thought it was Kumon.
I've never done it, so I don't know how to say it.
I just thought that was so funny. And the reason we're still in Kumon is because Steven, they have like the 6-month minimum.
Oh, okay.
So we can't take him out, or if we would have taken him out already.
But he likes it, right?
I don't think he
does anymore.
Well, I don't know. We don't make him do any of the homework, so he just shows up to the lessons because we pay for that already. And we actually
Setting up a good foundation for school academics.
Today, because he's going today, and he looked at me, he's like, I didn't do my homework. I'm like, dude, you haven't done your homework the last 3 months, okay? Like,
Charlie has summer homework, and I'm trying really hard, but we've only done it once. She has like a language arts notebook and a math notebook that they're supposed to do, workbook, I mean, with like different activities. Just done it once.
I just feel like they're too young at this age to like need to do homework. And
I agree.
It's not real. In my mind, it's not real anyway. Steven's not going to hear this, but like I didn't even want to
put him in
for that. I wouldn't have signed up if it was 6 months minimum, because I just don't know if he would have liked it or not.
Yeah.
And for sure, we're not going back. I mean, we're moving anyway, but we're not going to go back. But I was just surprised that these kids were like, I want to play soccer. I want to play t-ball. And so now their parents are searching for things for them to do.
I think some of them, it's they hear their friends are doing it. Because Charlie, we signed her up for soccer last, I forget, spring or something. She barely did it. Like, she just was always like, when is snack break? Like, can I come out? Like, she just stood around on the field mostly, maybe kicked the ball one time.
Yeah.
But it's because, like, her friends were doing it. So we were like, do you want to do it? She's like, yeah. Now she heard some of her friends are doing it again. She's like, I want to play soccer, but I bet you
she's not going to really play.
Yeah, I like didn't even make an effort to sign her up.
What activities do your kids do?
So she did dance for a while, but then wanted to quit. They were doing gymnastics, but I took a break for the summer, and I think we're going to start again in the fall.
Okay.
And right now they're doing swim, which was on my list to tell you about. And Victor wants them to do taekwondo.
Oh.
Or just Charlie, because Cassie's a little young.
Oh.
He wants them to do some sort of martial art so that they have self-defense, which I like.
Okay. I like that. And it's like more structured too, like the taekwondo type of stuff.
I think so.
Yeah. I think Tyler likes rules and structure, so. But I was like, man,
Sports all have rules and structure.
Well, at this age, it just feels like they're all running around. Like,
They're not learning the rules that well, but.
And you can't like be right next to them in taekwondo. At least the classes that I've seen, like you kind of just have to like send them in. Which is, I'm kind of liking the fact that he has no activities, because
you should enjoy it.
We just do whatever we want on the weekends. There are no parameters to how we spend our time.
That's why I paused
nap
gymnastics for a while, because it was annoying to me. Like every Saturday morning, it was like do something quick and then like rush because we have to get to gymnastics, rush home for nap, and I was like, I kind of just want to have an easy breezy summer, you know, and be able to go blackberry picking on a whim, which we did.
I think this is the age to do that, right? Because I feel like once they get older, they're gonna have actually like really regimented activities that have schedules.
And I don't know if it's like just society these days or the Bay Area in particular. I do think so many people start their kids so young with activities. And I understand, like, you know, the book Outliers, it was like, if you start early, you tend to be more successful because it's all about the hours you put in. But it's also just give them, like, that freedom and, like, no pressure and just, like, be a kid.
Yeah.
Because that's what I loved as a kid, like, just hanging around. Doing nothing.
Hanging out with your parents, you know? Like, they love hanging out with us right now.
Yeah. We went to IHOP. I love IHOP so much.
Sponsor us, IHOP. We love you.
Okay, but swim class. First, I do think waiting to a certain age makes sense, because last year we were fighting Charlie, like tooth and nail, every class to even just get in the water. This time, we just started on Monday, And she's just gone in, doesn't even care who the teacher is, and I thought she would care, but she keeps telling me, it's because she was my teacher last year. She's had 3 different teachers this week. And that's her excuse, though. So none of them were her teacher last year.
Oh.
Like, she just feels comfortable, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, like, after, she's like, I like swim. So I'm, like, so happy for her. And I'm glad, like, it's good this year because I didn't want to deal with it again.
Does she remember last year?
Not really.
Okay.
I just say, like, oh, Charlie, you're doing so good because last year you, like, didn't want to go in. Cassie, on the other hand, way too early.
Yeah.
The first day she wouldn't even go in. She like wouldn't look at the teacher. Then now we're just having Victor go in with her.
Yeah.
And now she's like participating because he's the one that's like, you know, pulling her around and stuff. So I posted on Instagram.
I love how you make Victor go in.
I posted on Instagram like, oh, we paid someone else for Victor to teach Cassie. But so many other parents messaged me and they were like, this happened to us too. This just happened to us. So it's like very, very common. And I feel like, is it because we're doing it too early?
Yeah, I think maybe.
You know?
Yeah, it seems like it would be scary for a little kid.
Yeah, although there are plenty of other little kids her age or younger that are just with the teacher.
Yeah.
So part of it is personality. And like, so like on the flip end, I'm like, maybe it's good we're doing it this early because it's hard. But then when she's Charlie's age,
she'll know how to swim.
It'll be so much easier.
You don't have to worry. And she's still really young.
She is.
Yeah, she's 2.5 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still very young. But I was just looking up swim class too because I was like, this motherfucker, my child, needs to learn how to swim because I get really nervous because we're moving to a place with a pool. And the other day they were like opening up the doors and just running out. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Because we don't not just have a pool, there's also a pond out there, you know, where they like to go and feed the fish.
But they can't drown in the pond, can they?
I think you can drown in... It is, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Like, it will come up to our waist, probably, for an adult.
Okay,
yeah.
that is
You know
deep.
why I know that?
Because you went in before.
No, I saw some of my mom's gardening friends go in.
To do what?
They wanted to pick some of the water lilies out. And, like, I was like, what are you guys... It was just so strange. They came back from, like... nursing Tyler or something, and there was like these 2 grown men like just picking stuff out of the pond, and they brought these like, are they called galoshes?
I don't know.
Like the
like
rubber
the fly
pants.
fishing
yeah.
pants.
And I was like, who are these randos in our pond in 2020?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it was like actually much deeper than I thought.
Okay.
But
good
can't
to
you
know.
just drown in like half a tub of water?
You could, but I mean, hopefully
It's
your kids
harder.
are not like, they're not babies. Like, they're not going to just like flop over, right?
Right. That's true.
And like, or be face forward and not do anything.
hope
They can like
so.
sit up.
I don't know. I still get nervous.
Yeah, of course. I think helping them learn to swim is good. That's why we're doing it too, like for safety.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you doing private or is it a group?
So our neighborhood is really cool. They offer, technically doing group, but with the 2 of them. So it's kind of private for Charlie since Cassie's not participating. But it was meant to be both of them. I feel bad every time they get out, they're shivering.
Oh, because it's cold.
It's cold. I think kids also just like can't regulate as well. So even on a hot day, if they've been in the water a while, they'll start shivering.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I felt like kids also don't care about the temperature. They just jump in when it's freezing sometimes.
That's true. I don't know about my girls. They're wearing like wetsuits. So even with that, they're shivering. All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.